Mina here. Today I would like to talk about something that we all experiences. So what are these? Exactly, these are emotions and stress. Besides that, I also share some my experiences to show how emotion and stress affect me in my life. And from that, I hope we can know how to control emotion and stress to be happier in our life. Now we will talk about emotions. As a human being, we all have emotions to respond to certain environmental events, including negative and positive sides, and our internal thoughts. We have a six common emotions including happiness, sadness, fear, anger, regret, and pride. For example, I was working in the park and suddenly I saw a snake coming from a tree. And then, I was screaming and ran quickly to avoid it. That's in my negative emotional response. And one of my positive emotional response is that on my birthday, my friends gave me a secret gift and a pear I love. I was bright and really happy that moment. How about you guys emotions? Drop your comment in this video. What exactly are emotion, feeling, and mood? Emotions is an immediately specific negative or positive response to environmental events or internal thoughts. For example, when someone gets in line while you are ordering, you suddenly get angry. That anger is emotion. How about feeling? Feeling a feeling is your personal experiences of emotion, such as feeling scared, but not the emotion itself. You can understand feeling like how it feels inside you. For example, you feel scared when you see a snake. That scare is feeling of emotion fear. How about mood? A mood lasts longer and doesn't always have a clear reason. For example, you wake up and feel incredible or sad, but you don't know why. So that is the mood. Now we move to the components of emotion. Emotions have three components, such as physiological process. They are the changes that happen in your body, like your heart beating faster or your palms sweating. The next is behavioral response. They are the things you do or how your body reacts, like your eyes and mouth opening wide when you are surprised. Final is feelings based on cognitive appraisal. This is how you interpret the situation and your body's reactions. For example, you might think I'm scared when you feel your heart race and see something threatening. For example, I remember when I failed a math test in high school. At first, I was really disappointed and angry with myself, but later I used emotions as motivation to study harder and I passed the next exam. So now we move to the stress. Stress is a basic component in our daily life. What is stress? So stress is the body's natural response to pressure or challenges. In general, positive and negative life changes are stressful. Think about the stresses of going to the college, getting a job, married, being fired, losing a parent, winning a major award, and so on. The greater the number of changes, the greater the stress. For example, I remember feeling really stressed when I was preparing for my US visa interview. At that moment, I had a difficult sleeping, was constantly worried, and my mind keep going to negative thoughts like, what if I fail the interview? There are two main types of stress. eustress is a good stress. It's a stress of positive events, such as me on the first day at South. I felt so nervous but excited as well. It's distress. Distress is the bad stress. It's the stress of negative events, such as too many assignments and I not have enough the time to finish. That's made me feel overwhelming and stressed. For example, once I applied to study the US, the visa interview gave me a lot of stress. I failed the first interview and that made me so much more stress. But that pressure also pushed me to prepare carefully for the next time and luckily I passed. So, what is emotion and stress connection? Stress can strongly influence our emotions, make us more irritable, anxious, and even depressed. And on the other side, intense emotions can also increase our stress level. For example, when I was stressed with the exams, I was easily irritable and annoyed at others and feel constantly worried. However, I try to boost my emotions and become happier, such as by doing exercise or going outside with my friends, which made me feel better and calmer to the exams. So, how to emotions management? It's very important to learn how to manage my emotion. The first, deep breathing. The second, positive self talk. Physical activities, social activity with friends, talking with friends or just as people, writing a journal. For example, whenever I'm angry, I try deep breathing to calm down. Additionally, I usually do some physical activity with my friends, such as hiking. I also spend time talking with my friends when I'm emotional. So, how to deal with stress? Some healthy ways I deal with stress, such as regular exercise, meditation, yoga, good time management, listen to music, and developing hobbies. For example, when I feel stressed, I spend almost my time listening to music, doing yoga, and doing exercise. Emotions and stress are a part of being human. It's okay to feel emotional and stressed. What matters is how we deal with it. We can turn stress into motivation and emotion into growth. The more we understand them, the better we can live. Thank you for watching. If you have some story or tip about dealing with the stress or emotions, drop it in the comments. See you. Bye bye.